Hey everyone, thank you for listening to the Pain and Panic Trip Planning Podcast. My name is Haley Ragsdale, and I'm here with my brother Owen Rederer.
Hey y'all.
We're a sibling duo who loves everything Disney and Universal, especially the theme parks. I am a travel agent affiliated with Academy Travel, and I would love to help you plan your next vacation. So reach out to me at haley.ragsdale at academytravel.com to start planning your next dream vacation at Walt Disney World, Disneyland, Universal, Adventures by Disney, Disney Cruise Line, and so much more. All right, today we're talking about dun 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 Epic Universe
Woohoo!
at Universal Studios in Orlando.
Mhm.
So this is the brand new park that's officially opening in May of this year, at Universal, and it looks insane. So we're gonna deep dive into it, kind of talk about some of the things to expect. You may be seeing on Instagram or TikTok, there's been a lot of like social media and stuff going out. So they're having their previews right now, which is usually like influencers, media, all that kind of stuff. They're going to invite to the parks. So that way those people are going to make content for them for free, which is very smart. So there's a lot of stuff out on Instagram, TikTok right now, and all that kind of stuff. Um, so first of all, what is Epic Universe? It's Universal's newest park. The official opening day is going to be May 22nd, 2025. But like I said, it's currently open for previews. So there's been a lot of content released. You can purchase tickets for Epic Universe right now. Um, at first, they had it so that if you had a season pass, you could get a 1 day ticket. And that was kind of the only way you could get a 1 day ticket. And the only other way to get a ticket for Epic Universe was to buy like the package deal where you can get like 1 day at Universal Studios or Islands of Adventure and then 1 day at Epic Universe. They've got a couple different options now. So now they have a few more things. Like they've got a 2 days and at Universal Studios and Islands of Adventure, and 1 day at Epic, and there's a couple different options. So if you're interested, let me know. I'd be happy to help you plan that trip because it can be a little confusing, especially on their website, and it can look a little overwhelming and a lot more expensive than it actually is. So let me know. I'll be happy to help you plan it. You kind of have to do some finagling on the website, so I'm happy to do that for you. Um, so yeah, you can purchase tickets right now, multi-day tickets that include 1 day at Epic Universe and 1 ticket at Universal Studios or Islands of Adventure and Volcano Bay. It's kind of the most popular one to do right now. Starting after June 1st, you should be able to buy like the 1 day tickets, but it's still a little complicated. Um, Owen, anything you want to say before we like get into it?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, I'm excited. Universal is a cool park, don't get me wrong, but this whole new epic universe that they're creating is amazing. It's definitely a right step in the right direction. Um, and to do with the tickets with the 1 day passes and stuff, I think that's pretty much just to make sure that it's not getting overcrowded. So I also think that's a great move on their part.
Oh,
Um,
for sure.
you know, and especially like 1 day it'll keep you coming back. It'll keep you wanting more. So yeah, and just wait till we talk about it. There's a lot of exciting things to hear about. You guys are gonna get pumped, just as pumped as me and Haley are at the moment. So
Yeah. I got literally so excited when I was just writing the outline for this episode because I was like, yes, I can't wait. Okay,
oh
so what
yeah.
I'm gonna do, if you're watching this on YouTube, I'm gonna share my screen, because we're gonna kind of be looking at images and things on the website as well. Get you extra excited. Don't worry if you're listening, we're gonna describe it all. It's gonna
Yeah.
be great. So first things first, let's talk about the Grand Helios Hotel, which is
Oh,
like the brand new hotel, and it's kind of like a deluxe resort if you're thinking like the Disney tiers. It looks absolutely insane.
oh, it's
So
beautiful.
I know, right? Grand Helios. I mean, look at that. Look how crazy that looks. So this is actually attached to Epic Universe. So you are able to enter, like it has a specific entrance to Epic Universe. So you can enter Epic Universe through the Grand Helios Hotel. So it looks pretty sweet. Let's see if we can scroll through a little bit. I mean, look at that pool. It
Oh my
looks like
God.
a tropical resort.
Yeah, and it's huge.
It
Oh
is
my lord.
huge. I know. And this is all like concept art that they have on their website. But honestly, I've seen some like reels and Instagram highlights and things of people at the actual resort, and it looks this insane. So I would say it's
Yeah.
set up kind of like a five-star hotel. The dining looks incredible. The pool looks sweet, and I mean, you literally have an entrance to Epic Universe right there, which is crazy. I definitely want to
Yeah.
stay there.
Yeah, no. With the just like the general aesthetic of this hotel, it very much matches the utopian part of Epic Universe that they have. What's the name that they have for it?
Celestial,
Yeah,
is that what you're thinking of? Like
the
Celestial Park?
Celestial Park, which, we'll get into what the Celestial Park is, but just like to kind of give you an idea of how the hotel is also um, formatted aesthetically, it is just a very futuristic, utopian, very like Haley said, it just feels like a very strong 5-star hotel. It's
Yeah.
got that very clean and futuristic aesthetic. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's got like a regal look to it, like almost like Greek
Yeah.
god, which is what I picture anytime I hear Celestial Park. So it
Yeah.
makes sense. Okay. Um, share something else. Now we're gonna switch over to the actual park. So we're gonna get into Epic Universe.
Woo!
Um, so basically there's five different worlds. And the way they have this set up is super cool. So, looking at Celestial Park, which is kind of like your hub area. That's going to be the center of Epic Universe, basically. And then all of the other areas branch off and they look like tunnels almost to the different areas. But it's really cool, like the videos and stuff that I've seen on social media. It's almost like you go through that tunnel and then you're in this new world, which is what they were, I think, going for to really immerse you in the
Yeah.
different lands, which I think is phenomenal. And you can see too, just in this picture of Celestial Park, that big building in the back there. I'm pretty
That's
sure
fun.
that's supposed to be the Grand Helios Hotel. So that's
Yeah.
literally how close it is. Like you walk right out and then you're in Celestial Park. Um, so the big thing in Celestial Park, this is where one of the coasters is going to be. Um, I don't think this is showing us. Oh, so it's showing us all of the different like portal things like I was talking about. So this is Stardust Racers. That's going to be the coaster here. So the description says share a race across the cosmos on Stardust Racers, a breathtaking dual launch coaster reaching incredible speeds above Celestial Park. I mean, that looks insane.
Yeah. Just the way that they have the two different coasters going at the same time and you're like
Yes.
intertwining with the other carts and stuff. It's
Yes.
super cool and it really gives that like, you know, I know this is a stupid reference, but it kind of reminds me of Shark Boy and Lava Girl when they have like the imaginary dream coasters going through, and you're just like, whoa, like it's all around us, and it's just a super immersive coaster. So
Oh, it looks sick. Do you remember the Dueling Dragons coaster in like the Harry Potter area?
yeah, yeah,
I think that's kind of what they're going for with this, where there's the two cars going at the same time, and you almost feel like you could reach out and touch the other one, which I would
yeah,
not suggest, folks.
yeah. Do not try and reach out unless you're feeling really brave, and someone else is
Right?
going for a high five as well. I'm just kidding. Do not.
You would literally lose an arm.
Yeah,
The website's super cool though. If you haven't gone on Universal's website and you're listening, you're not like watching along with us. The way they have it set up, it's all like AI kind of, I think, and how they set this up, but it's all like it's not actual footage, but it's really cool how they're like showing you through the park, if that makes any sense.
yeah. They created a really well done 3D model of what the park is
Yes.
expected to look like. And like Haley said, a lot of us haven't actually been to the park yet. So, speaking from actual personal experience, do we know that it looks exactly like this? No. But based on a lot of the content that is being posted right now, they did a really great job at keeping the expectation.
Yes,
Especially with
agreed.
the lights and the, overall just like overwhelming feeling of being in this new area, like a new world. So,
Yes, 1000%. So they also have the Constellation Carousel in this area.
mm,
What
very
else do they
nice.
have? Oh, it's going to take us
Oh,
into the carousel.
we're going in
Oh,
the
that looks
carousel.
cool. I like the colors and stuff.
Yeah, and I like how it has the animals that just have like the different like non I don't know how to word this, but the almost fan fantasy like animals. Like,
Yeah, they're not like the actually like the colors of the animals and like
yeah,
it's like
it's not a
mythical,
land carousel.
mythical creatures almost. So Atlantic is going to be the like dining area in this part of the park, which looks cool. Look at the
Oh
little
yeah,
duck in the corner. Like the fact that they put that in there. There's just a little duck like sitting in the little pond thing.
dipping
The
its
fact
head
that
in.
yeah, like the fact that somebody was like, let's put a duck in. That kind of makes me happy. Um, I looked into a lot of what kind of food they're offering in a lot of these parts. I was mainly looking at like the rides and things. So I don't know what I haven't seen a lot of hype on the foods. I don't even know if they're releasing their full menus or anything yet.
Yeah.
Um, there's a Nintendo Superstar store
Ooh,
apparently in the Celestial Park area as well.
yeah, and it's sitting right next to the big green pipe tunnel that you get to walk through to get to Nintendo World, which
Oh
that's
yeah,
gonna be. Oh, and here's the that's the
dark
horror.
dark
Yeah,
universe or whatever. That looks
yeah.
insane. The Blue Dragon Pan Asian restaurant.
Oh,
That
that sounds
actually
good.
sounds pretty good. Take a culinary journey across Asia at the Blue Dragon Pan Asian restaurant. Enjoy authentic Pan Asian cuisine or relax at the Tiger Bar. I feel like we'll be hitting that up.
Oh,
That
yeah.
sounds quite
We will
tasty.
be trying that.
Put it on the list.
Write
Okay,
that
and then
down. Write
yeah.
that down.
So that's the Grand Helios Hotel. That's like that. It's almost like a centerpiece of the park, it feels like.
Yeah, and like we were saying with the aesthetic of the hotel, it really does fit the Celestial Park atmosphere.
Yeah.
So
So
very
that's
well done.
kind of the gist of Celestial Park. So Celestial Park is like your hub. It looks cool. I mean, I think the dueling coaster is going to be awesome. And I
Yeah,
think the way they've set this up, where they have that as your center, and then it like, what's the word I'm looking for?
splits off into the different more because I think having the Celestial Park as like a centerpiece as more of a broad design, right?
Yeah,
Like it's still very unique and it still has very well made uh, designs overall, but it's meant to be that central hub, like you said.
yeah, which is super cool. Okay, let's go into Super Nintendo World. So
Yes,
one thing I know, right? So one thing
this
about
is
Super
it.
Nintendo World, if you have been to Universal in California, they already have Super Nintendo World. So I've heard that there are some similarities. I think the big thing though is that you've got almost two sections of Super Nintendo World. You've got like the Mario area, but then you've also got the Donkey Kong area. So I
Yeah,
think it's actually called do do do.
the Donkey Kong
Oh,
Country.
yeah. So it's Super Mario Land and Donkey Kong Country.
Yeah, and I think that's the
So,
big difference is I don't think the California one has the Donkey Kong Country. It definitely doesn't have the new Donkey Kong ride. So,
yeah, I agree. So Mario Kart Bowser's Challenge. Compete alongside Mario, Luigi, and Princess Peach to defeat Team Bowser on the amazing interactive ride Mario Kart Bowser's Challenge.
oh, that is such a clever ride. I mean obviously it's probably one of the more obvious choices for a Mario coaster or ride, but
Yeah.
I think it's a very well done ride based on what I've seen so far. Looking at the ride, It's one of those rides that feels a lot like Mickey and Minnie's Railway or Runaway
Mm.
Railway. Oh my God, you know what I'm talking about. I'm done.
Say
But
it 5 times fast.
yeah, it's not like a a speedster coaster. It is definitely for the visuals, but as you ride through that ride, you will notice that a lot of the area and the visuals and stuff are based on a lot of the maps that you will know. For instance, not really a spoiler alert because it's kind of expected, but a piece of it feels like Rainbow Road, right?
Yeah.
So, a lot of the fan favorite maps and stuff from the actual Mario Kart franchise are featured in this ride. So it is a super cool and just one of those things where you sit back and enjoy, taking it all in, right? So
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. No, it looks super cool. And I want to say that it's the same as the one in California, but I could be wrong. It's at least similar, I assume, ride setup wise as the one in California.
yeah.
So
Oh,
you
so
have
here,
Princess
no.
Peach's Castle.
Yeah.
Okay, this looks like a little kid ride. The Yoshi's Adventure. So the description says join Yoshi's and search for the glowing eggs as you travel through Mushroom Kingdom landscapes in this enchanting family friendly ride. So I think you just sit in the Yoshi's and go through,
Yeah, you
which,
kind of
like,
follow through the park.
yeah, which, if I can get a picture sitting on a Yoshi, I'm in.
Yeah, yeah, that's like iconic. Mario riding Yoshi through the maps. So I think it's pretty pretty clever.
It's pretty cute. I hope Lucas can ride it.
Oh yeah,
Okay, so within Super Mario Land, they have like these interactive wristbands that you can get. So it says buy a power up band and you can collect digital coins and win keys and interactive activities at Super Nintendo World. So basically, you can get like an interactive armband and play like mini games throughout the park.
yeah. And
Seems
I've seen a lot of that, and that's a great way to get your kids to interact with it, especially if they're not big enough to ride the rides,
that's
or
fair.
they just enjoy being in the whole Nintendo World area.
Yeah,
It's just a fun little interactive experience. So,
yeah. They've got the Toadstool Cafe in Super Nintendo World, which
ooh,
I haven't heard great things about in.
really?
Yeah, I guess they have it in the California one too, and I've heard it's kind of hit or miss. I think it's like
Yeah.
typical like theme park food.
Yeah, and from the pictures I've seen, the actual food itself, like, aesthetically,
Uh-huh.
like visually, it's beautiful. Like they're super cool, and um, the way that they make the food is, I think it's mainly presentation, and
Yeah,
I think that's where the hit or miss is it's average food with heavy presentation.
that's fair. That's fair. Um, but I'm excited to try it. There's the
Yeah.
One Up Factory, which I think is basically just like shopping area for the Nintendo area. Yeah. It's like their little shop within that area. Um, so now we're gonna go into Donkey Kong Country, which looks sick.
Oh yeah.
Um, it just looks like fun, and I'm happy that it's a new idea, you know?
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah. No.
Minecart Madness is the big coaster here. So board your minecart on this family coaster, which seemingly jumps the track and performs other feats from Donkey Kong Country video games. So I'm really excited to see if it actually looks like it like jumps the track, like
You
when
know,
you're
I
riding
saw
it.
I saw a video on TikTok earlier, and it really does. Like the way that they show it in this little
Yeah,
3D model, and how it kind of looks like it's jumping over that waterfall.
yeah.
It's almost exactly like that. Like it really does. And
Oh, that's sick. I can't
you
wait.
know, for the viewers, the way that they kind of set up, like the way this ride works, is they have the cart above the track, but then they have a metal arm that goes under the track and
Whoa.
suspends you above it. So it looks like you're riding on the, quote unquote track that is like the, what's it called? The train tracks.
Yeah.
Um, and that's what gives it the, the look
Look.
of jumping over things and flying through the air. It's a very clever mechanic, so I'm
Uh,
glad that they were able to figure out something like that.
they just like everything they did in this park. There's like something new in every single area that like
Yeah.
nobody's done before. They haven't done before, and they're like, yeah, we've got a coaster that jumps the track, or like we'll talk about some of the
Yeah.
other stuff they've got too. But I mean, they literally just like one upped with everything they did. Like they're
Oh yeah.
putting some serious pressure on Disney, and I'm so excited about it.
Hmm. Oh yeah.
Let's see. So then you've got Rambi Bongo's Breakout. Test your skill, timing, and even your sense of rhythm on a variety of fun interactive activities through Super Nintendo World. So this is, if you've seen it, it's like a rhino that like pops out of a box or something. So I guess it's one of the interactive mini games that they have, but he looks
Yeah.
cute.
Including a Jungle Beat reference in the park is awesome. The fact that they even included something like that is amazing.
Okay, so then you've got the Bubbly Barrel. Enjoy a tropical drink at this gigantic barrel in Donkey Kong Country, which has been transformed into a thatched roof refreshment stand. I will have to get a bubbly barrel beverage.
I was about to say, I better get a souvenir barrel to drink out of. That's what I'm
Oh,
looking for.
yes. Okay, Funky's flying by. Funky Kong has set up an open air market around his airplane, selling all kinds of merchandise from apparel to souvenirs and more.
That's awesome. A
It looks
Funky
so.
Kong reference? Oh my god, they did wonders in this park.
I
Oh, that's
know.
beautiful.
It's gonna be fantastic. So that's kind of the big, like the big things in Nintendo World, in Donkey Kong Country and Super Mario Land. So I can't wait. I think it's gonna be awesome.
Yeah. And obviously this is the second park we're talking about, and it's crazy to think that this isn't the park that's getting the most hype.
Yeah.
We're about to get into the Isle of Burt, and that one is definitely the overall most hyped uh I guess area in this park. So get
Yes.
ready.
And I love How to Train Your Dragon, but I kind of forgot how much I love it until Lucas has gotten into it now. Um, And I'm also rereading the Fourth Wing books right now before I read Onyx Storm, which is the new one that came out in January. So it's all
Yeah.
about people riding dragons. And then Lucas is into How to Train Your Dragon now, so I'm reading about dragon riders and watching dragon riders on the regular right now. So I am ready to go to the Isle of Berk.
Yeah. What better way to get excited?
Right? Okay, so if you couldn't tell with that transition, next up we're talking about the How to Train Your Dragon area, Isle of Berk, which looks absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
And the hype around this has been insane. I think the big thing that like people are really talking about and putting online are the meet and greet animatronics.
Oh
Look
yeah.
insane. Like they literally have Toothless walking around meeting people. They have like
Yeah.
Toothless's kid. They have Astrid's dragon. Is it Stormfly? Is that the name of her dragon?
Oh crap. Here, I can look it up real quick.
I'm pretty sure
Um,
Astrid's is Storm. I've seen her dragon. I've seen videos of Toothless, and I've seen videos of like it's supposed to be
Stormfly.
Toothless's kid. Yeah,
Yeah.
Stormfly. I
Yep,
mean,
you're right.
they look like it. They look like they're just dragons walking around, and it looks insane. Like so
Yeah.
impressive. The description for this area, it says explore how to train your dragon, Isle of Berk, and discover an island where Vikings and fire-breathing dragons exist together in harmony. Looks freaking
Let's
insane.
get
I mean,
in.
look at that.
Ah,
Okay, so right off the bat, you come in. I want to say it talks about the coaster first, but I could be wrong. Hiccup's Wing Gliders, yeah. So
yeah.
this is the coaster. Hiccup's Wing Gliders get a dragon's eye view as Hiccup's latest flying contraption sends you swooping and soaring above and around the Isle of Berk. So this is the coaster in this land. So you can see it kind of going in the corner here.
Yeah.
I don't know how intense this coaster is going to be. Like based on the ride vehicle, I would think it's not going to be super intense, but you never know.
Yeah, it seems like one of those ones that is for like mid-aged children, so
Yeah.
children who are probably already tall enough for it and just enjoy a small thrill. Nothing like super intense that's gonna like leave you like whoa, whoa, whoa
Yeah.
afterwards.
I think
It's
the intense coaster in Epic Universe is the one in Celestial Park.
yeah, yeah, that one, and then I mean, honestly, when we get into the Monsters Land one, we'll talk about
Yeah. The
how
one just looks
what
scary.
I was gonna say a different kind of an intense.
Yeah,
So
like I'm gonna pee myself on that one, but it's okay.
yeah,
Um, okay, so yeah, look, there it goes. We're gonna follow it. Oh, it goes
yeah.
underwater.
Oh, that's super cool.
Yeah, it looks pretty freaking cool, not gonna lie.
I mean,
It doesn't
honestly,
look
that
super
seems
fast, but
that seems like a pretty moderate intensity, but like in a good way. Something that you
yes.
can enjoy a little bit of thrill, but also,
Yeah.
actually
Make
enjoy the
you
scenery.
Yeah, make you feel like you're riding on a dragon.
Exactly.
Okay, Dragon Racers Rally looks like it'll make me puke, but I'm totally gonna ride it.
Yeah.
Um, it says practice to become a champion at Dragon Racers Rally, where you'll perform Arab, how do I say that
Aer-
word?
aerobatic.
Is that right? Okay, that's where I was going, but then I was like,
Yeah.
ooh, I'm second guessing myself. Aerobatic maneuvers on a Viking-made dragon riding trainer. So basically, these look like big, like they're sticks, and then they've got all the ride vehicles, and it looks like it's just like spinning you, like
Yeah.
they're
It
going
seems like
upside
the
down and all
yeah, it
sorts of.
seems like a classic pirate ride. The ship where it like swings you around and stuff,
Yes, but you
but you go upside down.
go. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. But it looks like, and I can't tell if the actual like seats, like the ride vehicle, if those are spinning as well.
Oh, that would be so cool.
Yeah,
That would
I'm gonna
be
puke, but it's gonna be a lot of fun.
yeah. Wow.
So that looks awesome. That looks like a lot of fun. That looks like a simple ride that didn't take up a lot of space, but will still be cool. I also just
Oh,
love the decorations and stuff in this area.
I was about to say the Viking traditional decorations are very well made.
Yes. Okay, I think this is the restaurant, and if it is, I definitely want to eat here.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, Mead
the
Hall.
mead hall.
Mead Hall is where Vikings feast on a hearty menu of meats, fish, and drinks, including a variety of meads, ciders, and ales. Yeah,
Oh,
sign me up, meats and drinks.
incredible. That sounds so good.
Can't wait. Okay, the Untrainable Dragon. So, this is actually a show, I think, which
Yeah.
looks pretty cool.
Oh, we're flying over there.
Hold on. Yeah, we're going all the
Oh
places.
wow. Oh, so it's a. It looks like it seems to be. It looks like the water ride at Dollywood. So if you've ever been to Dollywood, that one where
And
you kind of coast around kind of slowly in a river, and you get to
yeah.
shoot water at other people. Or oh no, maybe it looks like it's targets.
No, I think you're right. So
Yeah.
this is Fire Drill is the name of this ride. In Fire Drill, Viking twins Rough Nut and Tough Nut have transformed Burke's Fire School into a watery, interactive boat battle at sea, where teams of Vikings compete to outsoak each other. So
Oh,
I
that's
wonder if
cool.
you're like actually soaking another boat full of people.
Yeah, no, that would be pretty funny. I'm not gonna lie. I
That
would
would
enjoy
be
that.
pretty funny. Oh, look at the dragon up there too.
Oh my gosh,
This
that's
is going to
awesome.
be insane.
Yeah. I
Look,
also
it's
like that
toothless.
a lot of the aesthetic is like wooden, so it does give
Yeah.
that back in the day Viking era look to it.
Yeah. Okay, so this is the show, The Untrainable Dragon. I definitely want to see it. It
Right.
looks really cool. Hiccup, Gobber, Astrid, and the Vikings of Berk must deal with the untrainable dragon in this spectacular and heartwarming live show.
Oh yeah. I bet that's gonna be, just kind of like a live action movie version almost.
Yeah. I mean, it looks like I wouldn't be surprised if like they have the animatronic dragons and all that because why not have a live show with the animatronic dragons if you
Yeah.
have the animatronic dragons? You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's either that or it's a lot like the Lion King show in
Yeah.
where it kind of has like the puppets and stuff with the people moving around it, which would also be super cool. I think the puppeteer style would be pretty cool for that too.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so Vikings in the Village and Dragons in the Sky. Meet Hiccup and Toothless at the Haddock Paddock. Stroll around Burke and you may meet some of your favorite Vikings and dragons. You may even catch a glimpse of dragons flying high above the village.
That's
This looks
awesome.
insane. We talked about Mead Hall. There's also going to be Spitfire Grill. Discover the Spitfire Grill, a quick serve eatery offering delicious meals flame seared by a helpful unseen dragon fry cook. And then Hooligans, Grog, and Gruel. No Dragon Riders Day is complete without some tasty bites available at the festive racing themed food stand, Hooligans, Grog, and Gruel.
Oh, I bet that's gonna be my favorite. That
Really?
sounds good. Like just the description, just the look of that little that icon, that title is beautiful.
Yeah, no, that sounds super fun. There's also, I saw this earlier. Now I don't see it on here. There are, at the Grand Helios Hotel, there are Dragon Kids Suites available also. Random
Oh,
side note. Right
I
there.
think that's what that is right there. The
Yeah.
Dragon Kid Suite. Yeah.
Um, there was also, I saw something earlier about climb, slide, and play at the Viking training camp. Young Vikings will discover all types of dragons as they climb, slide, and explore in this sprawling, interactive adventure play camp. So somewhere in here, there's also going to be like basically a playground.
Oh, that's awesome.
Which, if you have a toddler like me, that is important information to know.
Yeah.
Because sometimes they just get tired of hanging out and they want to just run. All
Yeah.
right. Anything else on How to Train Your Dragon before we go into Dork Universe?
Nope. I think it's time to get a little spooky.
Very spooky. It looks honestly terrifying.
It does, but it looks awesome. Oh, it
So,
looks incredible.
it does look incredible. Like the amount of detail they put into all of these lands
Oh
looks
yeah.
insane.
It's so immersive.
So, Dark Universe, discover a world of legendary monsters. From the experiments of Victoria Frankenstein to a twisted landscape where monsters roam, Dark Universe is a grim world of myth and mystery. Opens May 22nd, yada, yada, yada. Um, so, Dark Universe is basically like you're going to see Frankenstein, you're going to see vampires, you're going to see like all the
Werewolf.
creepy things from like the classic horror movies. Like they
Yeah.
have Wolfman and all sorts of stuff.
Oh, and the
Um,
Invisible Man. Yeah.
yeah, the Invisible Man, that was really cool. I liked how they did that.
Yeah.
So Monsters Unchained, the Frankenstein experiment. This is the coaster, right?
Oh yeah. And this coaster is a whole new mechanic. Like this is a brand new, never done before. Like you're sitting in like a box theater and being like brought through this incredible, terrifying experience of being attacked by monsters.
Is that this one or is that the other one?
I'm pretty sure it's this one. The
So this one says in Monsters Unchained, the Frankenstein experiment, Dr. Victoria Frankenstein continues the work of her ancestors deep below the family estate. A demonstration of her experiments to control monsters goes awry when Dracula leads a revolt of enraged monsters, including the Wolfman, the Mummy, the creature from the Black Lagoon, and more. So yeah,
so,
this is the big one. I
yeah,
mean,
that
look at
sounds terrifying.
that looks absolutely terrifying, and that's just the queue.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh
So
my god.
basically, when you walk into the manor, it looks like there's going to be like this double staircase. And then it almost looks like there's like zombies or mummies or something up on the sides that are, it's like paintings of zombies or something.
Yeah.
Oh, it looks pretty terrifying. I'm guessing that's Frankenstein falling into some kind of portal.
I think
I
that
don't
was
know.
the I think that was Dracula.
Oh, was it? Oh, you're right. That totally is Dracula.
Yeah, and this world, this area is meant for the parents and for the adults who are going in there to just, I'm sure they have kid experiences too, so you can like bring them in there. But
Yes,
you
but
know,
it's definitely not for the faint of heart. Oh,
yeah,
fast fact. A gripping spectacle of heat and harmony. The Phantom of the Opera's organ within the Monsters Unchained, The Frankenstein experiment features 14 individual flame points that shoot vertical flames over 3 feet in the air and dance in synchronicity with the organ music.
That is awesome.
That's insane. Like, what?
Oh my
How
god.
in the world? Like, this is going to be ridiculously terrifying. And then
Yeah.
imagine, like, going here on, like, during Halloween Horror Nights.
Oh yeah.
It's going to be
Oh, I bet
even
it's
more terrifying.
yeah.
My husband's going to nerd out so hard.
Yeah, no. And just walking through it, it feels like that medieval, dark era. It's just
Yes,
like
for
that
sure.
electricity on the tower is so cool.
Yes. Okay, so after Monsters Unchained, that's the big coaster. So now where is it taking us? Oh, that must be like the
Oh,
Wolfman poster there.
oh, here we're popping back out. Okay. So now, oh, okay. So I think it's about to show us the other coaster.
That's what I was thinking. Unless this is part that coaster we were just talking about. That might be the coaster we were just looking at. Because I feel like the Wolfman is like terrifying in that one.
Well, so I
Or maybe
think
I'm wrong.
these are
Okay, yeah,
two different.
Curse of the
Yeah.
Werewolf. Okay. Okay, so that was Curse of the Werewolf. Spin and weave through the woods as you attempt to speed past the glowing eyes and gnashing teeth of a pack of werewolves.
Oh,
So
just
this is
looking
the
at the
coaster.
animatronics, it looks terrifying.
I feel like I've heard that the Wolfman animatronic is absolutely terrifying, and I don't know if it's in this one or the other terrifying ride. So
Probably both. Probably both.
probably, probably that's gonna be awesome, but it's gonna be terrifying at the same time. I feel like riding these ones during the day and during at night are gonna be two totally different experiences.
Yeah.
Also, this just randomly catches on fire. So there's like a windmill that'll randomly catch on fire, and it's actually a restaurant called the Burning Blade Tavern. So the Burning Blade Tavern is a hangout for the village's monster hunters, where you'll find a menu of burgers, wings, bratwurst, and pretzels.
Oh, sign me up. All my
I
favorite
know, right?
foods.
Wings? Yes, please. Haunted wings? Even better.
Sounds like classic pub food.
Yeah, that is what it sounds like. It looks super cool though. Like the
Yeah.
windmill is on fire.
See, realistically, who goes to these restaurants for the actual food? Like, obviously, it's great to have good food, but you're there for the aesthetic.
Yeah, and we'll talk about that here at Das Steakhouse.
Oh,
I know. Das Steakhouse is a mysterious restaurant where you can enjoy a hearty meal while surrounded by vampire artwork and artifacts. And I was looking at their menu the other day, and a lot of it like literally looks like it's just covered in blood. Like, I don't
oh
know if I
my
can
god.
see it on here. Let's see if we can look at the menu. Das Steakhouse. Um, I mean that looks pretty good though. Bird on a
Oh,
steak. Sink your
that
teeth
looks
into a scrumptious meal on a steak with 3 frightfully tasty protein options, each served with roasted veggies and charred green onion, mashed potatoes. These are sure to ignite your cravings. Oh, that looks
oh,
pretty
that
darn
looks
good.
good.
So yeah, that's supposed to look like it's
Oh,
got like blood on it. So
that's
Darkmoor Black Wings. Dare to try our Darkmoor spicy chili dusted fried wings with smoky cheddar, charred scallions, and soy chili garlic sauce. A pimento cornbread skull adds a charmingly creepy touch. Coleslaw offers a reprieve from the heat of this dark dish.
that's awesome.
Doesn't it
I
look
mean, that's
good?
beautiful.
Okay, more blood.
Oh, it's a brain. It's literally just a brain on a plate.
This doesn't. I would not eat this, but it looks cool. Our favorite vegan familiar stuffed cabbage, featuring vegan meat wrapped in tender cabbage leaves and nestled in a rich bell pepper tomato sauce, accompanied by a vibrant beet bucatini. This dish not only dazzles the eyes but also tempts the palate.
I don't know about dazzle, but it's definitely.
No, I'm
I
like,
think it's yeah.
okay, this burger, or I think it's a chicken sandwich actually. It looks like the burger from SpongeBob. You know what I'm talking about?
The nasty patty.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the nasty
it
patty.
really does.
So it's a blood orange chicken sandwich. Sink your teeth into this wickedly delicious creation. Flash fried, marinated chicken breast in a tantalizing blood orange sauce, served in a sinister black bun with tangy pickles and coleslaw. Crispy fries complement this dish.
Sounds really good, but it does look like a nasty patty.
Yeah,
It does
right?
look creepy.
So their fast fact for Das Steakhouse says Das Steakhouse's many paintings depict the world of vampires from their point of view, painting them as heroes in their stories while displaying some of Darkmoor's history and referencing its architecture.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
so that looks
interesting.
super duper cool. I
Yeah,
wonder if I can go back to where we left off in Dark Universe.
might have to click through it for a second, but
Oh no,
that's
that's
okay.
what I was thinking. Um, but this whole area just looks so detailed. I wonder if I can go backwards. Yeah, I can go
Oh,
backwards. So Das Steakhouse is where we left off. I really want to try it, not gonna lie.
yeah, that
Um,
looks incredible. The food looks good. I mean, it really does.
I also it's literally called a steakhouse and none of the options that they've released are steak. So I'm like, the steak better be really freaking good that you're hiding it from me.
Yeah.
Okay, so Darkmoor Monster Makeup Experience. So I think this is what, like, if you have a kid that's really into, like, classic horror movies and things, but you're like, ooh, the rides and things may be a little too intense, I think
Yeah.
this is going to be geared more toward kids. So, this is the description. At Darkmoor Monster Makeup Experience, skilled artists use their talents to transform their customers into werewolves, vampires, mummies, and more. So it's basically like freaking Bippity Boppity Boutique at Disney, but
Monster.
monsters.
It'd be funny if like we get there and we're like expecting this huge like crazy makeup experience and you just see a kid walk out wrapped in toilet paper or something. Like I
Would
mean,
be pretty awesome.
I have to expect big things from that.
I know, right? It looks pretty cool though. Okay, so that gets us through Dark Universe. So the last area is the Wizarding World of Harry Potter Ministry of Magic, which looks insane.
Yeah.
Um, so if you're familiar with the Fantastic Beasts movies,
Hmm.
this is kind of playing on that. So, like the description says, from the magical streets of Paris to the British Ministry of Magic. So Paris is where like Fantastic Beasts took place for the most part, and also in the 1920s. So basically, you're going from 1920s Paris to the 1990s British Ministry. Experience the wonder of the wizarding world of Harry Potter, Ministry of Magic. Um, this looks insane.
Yeah.
I am such a Harry Potter nerd, so I'm like pumped. It looks so cool.
I'm not, but it still looks good. It still looks cool.
So, Cafe L'air de la Sirene, however the heck you say that. Dine indoors or outdoors as you enjoy French inspired fare for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. It looks pretty fancy.
Hmm. Yeah,
Yeah,
that
I
actually does
definitely want to.
sound kind of delightful.
Yeah, it does. I want to check that out for sure. Um, where is it taking us next? It looks really cool too because they already have like the two other Harry Potter areas, and then this one is like totally different because it's like a 1920s theme, which
Yeah, it
looks,
has that French style architecture.
yes, it looks really, really cool. So Cosme Acajor Baguettes Magique. I have no idea how to say the name of this
Very good.
shop, but inside the fashionable shop of esteemed artisan wand maker Cosme Acajor, you will find some of the world's finest design wands. So this is the wand shop in this part of the park.
Yeah.
Which I think this area is also interactive with the wands and stuff, like they are in the other Harry Potter parks.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like if you buy a wand, you can like there's certain spots where you can do little spells and you get to do stuff. So yeah, so here's an interactive wand experience.
Oh, yeah.
So basically you have your wand and you do like it like shows you the direction you're supposed to move the wand and stuff, and then it does something like open this chest or whatever. So experience
Yeah.
amazing interactive wand magic as you cast new spells and interact with fantastic beasts on the streets of Wizarding Paris. Look how cute he is.
I actually really like that they went more of a direction with like Fantastic Beasts than just Harry Potter in general. Because
I
that's
agree.
honestly, when I first heard about this park, I thought it was just going to be another Harry Potter add-on. But going the more Fantastic Beasts direction is super cool, super smart.
Oh yeah, it's something different, but it's still in the same realm.
Yeah.
And when we get into their big ride, it takes on like the battle at the Ministry. We'll talk about it in a second, but it looks insane. I mean, look at that phoenix. That looks fantastic. It's like a giant
That is
gold phoenix just chilling.
super cool.
This looks like another one I'm going to have a hard time pronouncing. Le Cirque Arcanus. Newt Scamander's suitcase filled with fantastic beasts is stolen in this spectacular mix of live performers, puppetry, and special effects. So I guess this is
Oh,
going to be like a show.
that looks like a show I would want to watch. I'm
Yeah.
not big on the performances and stuff like that, but this sounds cool.
Yeah, this and I mean the How to Train Your Dragon show too.
Yeah, that one
Like
does sound cool as well.
both of them are shows that I would definitely be interested in seeing. Ah, butterbeer.
Yes.
I know I love me some butterbeer.
That's the reason why I go to Harry Potter World for the butterbeer.
For real though. Okay, so here's the Ministry of Magic. So this is the ride queue. Can we just talk about that?
That is incredible.
You're
I mean,
literally walking through like you use flu powder, use the flu system, and walk through the Ministry of Magic. Like it looks insane.
that is like straight from the movie.
Yeah, yeah. And the content that I've seen people posting lately, it legit looks like they're walking through the Ministry of Magic. Like, I
Yeah.
think this ride is Universal's response to Star Wars Rise of the Resistance.
Yeah.
Because it's so immersive and puts you in that space even before you get on the ride that I think it's the same. This is what they were like, oh, yeah, y'all do that. Watch this.
Yeah. And honestly, they did that with all of the Epic Universe parks. They
Yeah.
all have that incredibly immersive feel to them. Like you feel like you're in that other universe, you know?
Yes.
They
Oh,
did
for
an
sure.
incredible job.
So this ride is Harry Potter and the Battle at the Ministry. So if you've seen the movies or read the books, this is supposed to be taking place what is it? End of the sixth movie, fifth or sixth movie, but it's when Dumbledore and Harry are fighting Voldemort. It's supposed to be like that scene, which is like one of the best scenes in the movies. Like it's done so well. It looks insane. And I think this is basically supposed to take you through that. So Harry Potter and the battle at the Ministry soar through the Ministry of Magic as you help Harry, Ron, and Hermione bring Dolores Umbridge to justice in a breathtaking new adventure. Which I don't know. I always hated Umbridge in the movies. I don't know how I feel about her being kind of the center of this ride, but we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. So that's the Wizarding World. Um, I think it all looks insane. Um, I literally cannot wait to go. I'm hoping we can make it work and go in
Soon.
at some point. But
Yeah. So now the real question is, which one do you feel like you're most excited for now?
oh, oh,
You got to pick one. You got to decide.
oh, probably How to Train Your Dragon.
Interesting. I
Yeah,
think I'd have to go with Dark Universe. Honestly,
really.
before it was Super Nintendo World, and honestly, I am still excited, very excited for that. But especially because of Donkey Kong Country.
Yeah,
But that Dark Universe, the way we just went through that and seeing how incredibly dark and scary and mysterious it is, and looking at the costumes of the characters. Even when we were looking at that steakhouse, it had a vampire serving the guests.
yeah.
That's awesome.
No,
So
it all looks so insane. I mean, originally I was excited for the Harry Potter area because I'm such a Harry Potter nerd. Um, and I am still excited. I feel like the ride is the one big thing there,
yeah,
whereas I feel like all the other areas also have all these other interactive experiences. And I have a
yeah,
feeling if we go anytime soon, that Harry Potter line's gonna take you the whole day to get through. So, like,
yeah.
might not be what we do the first time we go.
We
Um,
have to go on the monster ride though.
oh yeah, for sure. Especially if we're going with Jack. I have a feeling that's what we'll be rope dropping. Let's be real here.
Yeah, absolutely.
um, but it all looks insane. I can't wait to go. I can't wait to experience it all.
Hmm.
I definitely think when we do go, it's gonna be a park open to park closed kind of day. Um,
Yeah.
where
Oh,
we try to
definitely.
get the most out of every single ride and every single experience.
Absolutely.
I can't wait. Anything else you want to add?
I'm hyped. I'm excited, and
I
I
know,
bet you viewers are too.
I know, right? I mean, it looks insane. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Like we talked about at the beginning, you can purchase tickets for Epic Universe right now. You can buy single Epic Universe tickets starting for June 1st, as well as multi-day tickets that include one day at Epic Universe and one day at Universal Studios or Islands of Adventure in Volcano Bay. It can be a little complicated on the website, so reach out to me. I'll be happy to help you book a trip, buy your tickets, all that kind of fun stuff. Um, it's going to be awesome, and I can't wait. And I'm excited to keep seeing all of the content that people are posting as they're doing the previews and all that kind of stuff. I mean, it literally opens next month. The
Yeah.
official opening day is what, May 22nd? Yeah, May
Yeah.
22nd. So I can't wait. Um, I think that's it for this week episode of the Pan and Panicked Trip Planning Podcast. Thank you all for joining us, and we hope you're one step closer to planning your next Universal vacation. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss next week's episode. I'm not sure what we're doing next week. We haven't decided yet, but we'll let you know. If you need help planning your next Universal or Disney vacation, I'd love to help you. So contact me at haley.ragsdale at academytravel.com. Follow me on Instagram, Haley Ragsdale Travel, and Owen_Rediver. Until next time, bye bye.
See ya.
You took so long to say bye.
Well, I said it as soon as it said.